Hi, fam. Sending you so much love. So much love. Let me. First of all, salute all the frontliners, which is essentially everybody. But salute to you for all of your amazing work, wherever you are, wherever you're doing. I don't know. There's a fly there. I don't know. Something has happened. Something's happened overnight. I tried to do a video last night, and I was having technical issues. Like every time I tried to do a video, it just messed up. It stalled. It didn't work. I tried about 4 times and I just gave up. But something has happened overnight, and I woke up today. It was like someone had switched on a light bulb. I'm going to try and describe it to you in the best way that I can. And going back, way back when I first discovered Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson. As I say, the 3 wise men, that's what I call them. So that would have been about over a year ago. And what they describe it, the way that they talk in their seminars and different free classes that you can do, it's like an aha moment. It's just something just clicks into place and things make sense. And I've been having aha moments every day since then, because every day I'm learning more, and that learning and that understanding creates more aha moments. And it was like I woke up today and just everything made sense. I'm going to try and describe this to you in the best way that I can. But before I do that, I was just thinking about something, because I need to really give a shout out to all of the journalists, because journalists are frontline workers, just in a different way. Journalists that are out there trying the hardest to bring the truth to the people. And I don't think they get those ones there don't get enough appreciation or recognition for the job that they actually do. And what I mean by that is there were a lot of media organizations and paper and radio, and they were all owned by the same certain person, Murdoch. And a lot of that whole dynasty, which spreads around the world because he has the absolute monopoly. They're like parasites. I hate to say that, but they are, because they use entrapment, they pick on people, they highlight people's insecurities, they make, and bearing in mind it is really essentially one person's opinion that is spread down this dynasty. And has such an impact on everyone's psyche everywhere. I mean, you think about the size of that dynasty and the number of people's minds that they touch, and how that one person can make so many people think whatever they want them to think, right? And when you got like tabloid like The Sun, for example, and they've been done many a time for like tapping people's phones and doing all of this kind of shit, and it's a distraction. They're making you feel, trying to make you feel something about a certain person, generally a celebrity, and it's distraction from focusing on what's important. It's a distraction from focusing on the people that are actually doing wrong, and they're trying to distract you with this kind of nonsense, these kind of false stories, and even if they are in any way true, who fucking cares? Because frankly, everyone fucks up. Everyone fucks up. And it is so judgmental of people to read these stories or listen to these stories that are slating celebrities in any kind of way and be like, it's like, no, shut the fuck up. Everyone fucks up. Firstly, you don't know if it's true. Second, and you can't believe them either because they've been proven to be liars. So half that shit could be made up. They could have paid someone to make up something. This is how dangerous this is. And they're trying to manipulate the masses to think a certain thing about a certain person at a certain time, whilst distracting you completely from what is actually important, from the people that are actually doing the wrongs. So there's that. But to all of those reporters out there, those journalists out there that are actually fighting for fucking freedom, that aren't being censored, that are doing whatever they can to actually bring the truth to the surface, fucking salute to you too. And I love you. And I watch Bloomberg. And I watched Bloomberg from about 8:30 when my mum goes to bed, because my mum has control of the TV. I don't really watch the TV during the day. I'm listening to other things, but she's obsessed with watching, like, what is it called? Like not dramas, like documentaries about fucking like serial killers, that kind of thing. She's obsessed with it. So I have to, that's it on in the background while I'm doing my other stuff. So when she goes to bed at like 8 o'clock, I switch on to Beanbag and I watch Beanbag from 8 till about 4. And I want to send this message to them and to any, and because there's loads of other journalists that I watch during the day on separately. And they don't get no fucking love and appreciation for what they do. And the lengths that they go to, the places they go to bring the actual truth. Bring the actual truth to people, whether or not they're listening. I'm sorry. I've got a cough. Not surprising, I suppose. And to them, I really want to say how important they are. And I watch news channels from all over the world, little ones, big ones, and to all of them, every single one of those tiny. Oh God, I've got a tickle in my throat. Look, listen. Joke. Someone's trying to stop me from speaking. Sorry. To each and every one of those journalists all over the world, from all of these channels, from tiny channels to big channels, you have to know how important you are and how appreciated that you are and how powerful you are and how grateful we are. Because, you know, it means something. It means something that they're doing that job. It means something that you're going places where other people wouldn't go. It means something that they're bringing these stories to light. It means something that they are trying to tell the truth. It means something that they are putting their lives at risk a lot of the time to tell that truth. It means something. It is important. And God bless you. Yeah. Really grateful. And as I say, I'm watching Bloomberg TV. And they've got 27,000 journalists, Bloomberg TV got, in 120 countries. Fucking Big Tens, every single one of you. And each and every one of them is important, as are all of the other people that are incredible, trustworthy. Like Bloomberg TV, it's all about finance, it's all about CEOs, it's all about actual facts, actual numbers, data of what is going on in business. You can trust them. And not only that are they just really intelligent, they're really bringing the stories of getting all these CEOs that are making changes in the world. They're funny and they're just amazing. And I feel blessed. I feel blessed that they are there doing that. And that I get to be part of it just by watching it. And that's the same way I feel about any news channel, and it's small or large, from around the world that I'm watching. Those brave people that are prepared to tell stories that mainstream media won't tell. They're prepared to go to those places, put themselves at risk, put their lives at risk, because they too are frontliners. So, to all of you, you're warriors. So now I've done my journo appreciation moment. Back to the other important thing, which is I've spent all this time, literally all of this time, learning and studying and listening. I basically just went on a search of who is the best, who's gone through what I've gone through. First of all, hold on, sorry. Who's gone through what I've gone through? Who's experienced what I've experienced? Who's gone through what I've gone through? Who's succeeded after that? How did they do that? That's all I've done. That's all I've done. And those things have led to other things, and I've kind of gone on this journey through time and space, if you want to put it that way, in the sense that I've just have this never ending curiosity, and it goes wherever it goes in time, history, topic, and I just go with it wherever it takes me. I'm just going with it. Theology, archaeology, engineering, yeah. And what I'm going to say now is really just a collection of other people's thoughts, right? And this is where this is this universal consciousness, because what I'm sharing is just what I have learned from other people through history, through no matter from whatever country, whatever religion. This is just a summary of all of that. So, and this is important because I feel like a light bulb's gone off in me. And I want this feeling that I've got. I want everyone to have it. I want everyone to know it. And I know everyone can. So here's the thing. Do you know, if you want to think about it this way, our emotions, where do they come from? What are they? Why do we have them? Okay? And they come from here, don't they? What is this? Where does it come from? Okay? And whenever you have an idea or a visualization or a dream or something inspires you, what is that? Where does that come from? Right? And I read this thing where it's like our brains are receivers. Because scientifically they have proven, whether or not you know this or not, and it's okay if you haven't, because you probably haven't searched, everyone's too busy. Right? Everyone's too busy. Here's the thing. Science has proven that there is a universal force that connects us all. Scientific fact. And this is before we even get spiritual. There just is this universal force that connects us all. Scientific fact. Scientific proven. Okay? So, when you think about your emotions, so, and this, as I say, this is just me sharing with you what I've learned over this time from reading all these different people, inspirational people, from listening to all these inspirational people throughout time, from all over the world. All these like philosophers, mathematicians, scientists, theologists, just all of the topics. It's like this is just a summary of essentially their thoughts, which makes sense to me. So it is said that our emotions are our guidance system. Like, well, what is that then? Well, why were we given emotions in the first place? Right? Think about it. When you feel good, you know you're doing the right thing. And when you feel bad or angry or depressed or stressed or anxious or any jealous, envious, greedy, all of those things there, yeah? That is your inner guidance system. What is your inner guidance system? You were given it, weren't you? That is how the universe, source, creator, God speaks to you individually and collectively, all at the same time, in every single moment of every single day. That there is your guidance, you know. So if you're feeling good, you know you're on the right path, because you're supposed to feel good, right? So when When you feel any of the ones on the negative scale, as soon as you feel it, as soon as you think it, know in that moment, that second it starts, know in that moment that the universe is speaking to you. God is speaking to you. The divine is speaking to you. The creator is speaking to you. The source is speaking to you personally there, that in that moment, telling you that is your alarm bell ringing, saying, no, wake up. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are thinking about in that minute that makes you feel those on that scale, the negative, the angry, the jealous, the envious, the greedy, the instantly, as soon as you think something that puts you in that place, that makes you have that feeling, know that that is the universe, God, creator, source, speaking to you individually in that moment of every single day of your life, for every person everywhere, telling you you've gone off the path. You've gone. The fact that you're feeling that means that there is something wrong. I mean, whatever you were thinking about in that minute, stop thinking it. Stop doing it. And then you'll feel good and you'll be on this path. Right? And I've been listening to this kind of stuff and doing this for a long time, but it's like it suddenly clicked, because when you know, sorry, hold on. Sorry. When you realize that is talking to you all the time, you were given that guidance system as a method of communication with all that is. And every, as I said to you before, every experience, good or bad, that has happened to each and every one of us in our lives has been for a reason. It has been designed specifically for you for a reason, to show you how strong you are. So if the more that you have suffered, the greater the pain that you have received, the more that you have sacrificed or has been taken from you, and you are still here now, and you are still not bitter or whatever, you're still getting on, you're still striving on. Yeah, blessings are going to rain down on you, because it's trying to show you how strong you are, the power, show you the power that you have within you. And when you think about that emotional guidance system, when you really truly are in the now, in every present moment in you, and this is, I've only realized this because of being on my own and having no distractions and taking myself away from everything and literally having nothing, and just being in that place, in the silence, in the nothing, and taking away all of the distractions. And when you have no distractions, when you stop people pleasing, because everyone wants something from you. If you really think about it, a lot of people just want to take from you. And when you remove that, when you just take yourself away and just be like, no, I just need to get back to me. In that silence, in that nothing, is when you hear or see the signs. And if everything is a sign, which it is, but because we've been, if you got to think about it, you know, this is over a long time studying. And bear in mind that knowledge was traditionally, historically, saved for the richest in society around the world, right? So only they would know, this information. But as time's gone on, information has become more accessible. Now it's accessible everywhere. You don't even need to go anywhere. You've got it literally here, right here, all in on your laptop, on the internet. It's just a question. It's just it's that desire to find out, what is it about? What are all these things about? And when you're in a positive mindset, bearing in mind, if you think about the body. Let's go back to this. I mentioned this the other day. Just think about the magnificence of the vessel that is, right? Just think about it. Each cell in your body has a brain, essentially, nucleus. And each of those nucleuses has a consciousness. And each of those has a positive and a negative charge. And they're all talking to each other. And they express themselves like this. And they all tell each other what they're doing, when they're doing it. And they form this. They form all the organs. And the DNA, that microscopic, tiny little fucking thing, the genes, each of those genes tells each of your cells what to do at the right time. Just think about it. And your DNA is the sum total of all of your ancestry. Because you think your DNA is part your mom and dad, and each of theirs that's been passed on to you is part their mum and dad, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, all through right back to way back when. So your DNA holds all of that information. It holds all of the information of your ancestry going all the way back. It holds all of the memory all the way back. There's a gene that holds memory. And that memory is the sum total of theirs. Think about that. Every cell in your body is expressing itself differently, and they're all communicating with each other, and they're all working in perfect timing and symmetry and symphony and harmony. We're just not respecting that at all. The perfection that is the human body and how it works and the magnificence of it and the magic of it. And how it has always been, and how we did not have half of these illnesses that we have now, because back then we were eating natural. We were just healing ourselves naturally. We were around all these bugs, and we built up our immune systems, and we were eating, organic food. There was none of these chemicals added, none of these additives, none of these we didn't have that then. We didn't have half these things that we've got now. And when you think about as well, you know, there's David Goggins guy, right? Navy SEAL, literally so much love. And he did there's a little video of him, and he's like, literally, you know, people we make excuses for ourselves all the fucking time. We make excuses constantly. We do, as a reason why we're not going to do something that we should do. And he was saying, like, if you, a lot of the population are so addicted to their phones. Yeah, I'm on my phone a lot, but it's not because I'm using it as in to make calls or send I don't send no calls. I don't send no texts. I'm on my phone. I'll be honest. I'm on my phone on YouTube, but 95% of the time, it's because I'm watching other inspirational people that I find inspirational. So I find that as constructive time, because I'm like listening to things that expand my knowledge or expand my spirituality or expand my emotional growth, or whatever it is. It's expanding. That's where I spend my time. But he was like, you know, and it's true, because people speak. He's like, you know, people go, I haven't got enough time to do that. And it's like, listen, write down in a day what you do in a day. Write it down. From the minute you wake up, actually just keep a journal of what you actually do. Because what you'll find is, and this is true of me before last year, I would have said I ain't got time to do any of this. And the fact of the matter is, I was spending half my time just faffing around on Facebook, just like scrolling through people's like posts. And I have not been on Facebook. I post a post and then I get off it. It's literally like that. It's like, post, go. I don't read anyone. That sounds awful, but I don't. And or read comments or anything. I don't read any of it. So here's, as I was saying, so if the universe, which it is speaking to all of us, that inner voice, that gut instinct, that sixth sense, you know, when you feel like right now, regardless of what, forget anything else for a minute, but regardless of what it is or it isn't COVID, and regardless of where it came from, it didn't, regardless about vaccines or not, every single person knows in here that something ain't right. And where is that from? Where is that universal feeling of there's something not right? Because of all of these things going on. That is the universe speaking to you, through you, to wake you up. And in every given moment, when you have an idea or an inspiration or a vision or a dream or an answer to, you know, like, for example, with maths, where do you get the answer? How does that come to you? Where does that come from? If you work out an equation that can't be worked out, but you work it out, that is the gift from the divine, the source, the universe to you specifically. That is your gift. That is your superpower. As it is with musicians, how they just play and it just flows. Where does that come from? Where does that? Our brains are a receiver of this frequency, and when you are in a positive state, as I said back on this scale, when you are in a realizing that the universe, the divine source, God, whatever you want to call it, whatever resonates with you, when you realize that that is speaking to you and you personally, and each and every one of us all at the same time, in every single moment, and you know it through your emotions. So when you're feeling good, you're on the right path, and when you're feeling all of the negative ones, you're on the wrong path. But when you, in the moment, when you realize that, as soon as you feel it and you clock it and you stop it right there, you nip it in the bud there, you know, that's the, that is the divine, that is the universe, that is source telling me whatever that thought is that's making me feel that way, or whatever I'm doing in that moment that is making me feel that way, or whoever it is that I'm with that is making me feel that way, I need to stop it. And then you'll go back here. And when you're in this place, when you're in the happy place, when you realize that you have control in every single moment of every single day of your emotions, and you can stop them and flip them from there to there. And not only can you stop them and flip them from there to there and you're in control, but you also know that the universe loves you, God loves you, the divine loves you, source loves you, always, no matter what. And that feeling that you're getting is them telling you, is them loving you, or whatever you want to, loving you in each and every moment. And that's how they're trying to communicate with you, to get you back on this path. Feel that. Feel that. The power there. And knowing that everything is a blessing. No matter how dark it may seem, or may have been, or is maybe for some people right now. It is a blessing in disguise, and the darkness there, just don't let it. The ones that are being tested the most will come out the best. Truly. And you think about, you know, the West has basically all throughout time bullied everyone everywhere, and still does. And they bully South America, they bully Africa, they bully China, they bully Russia, they bully the Middle East. It's just, that's an actual fact. That is an actual fact. They have always, and they're still doing it now. And they're trying to blame everyone else for the shit that they're doing. And they're using mainstream media, aka Murdoch dynasty, to pollute the minds of the masses, to make them think that it's everyone else's fault, when it's not. It is not. It is not. But the most important thing is if we could just know, if we could know, if everyone could know that feeling of knowing that everything, you know, when you notice something, whatever it is, you could be driving down the road and it's something catches your eye. What is it that makes that catch your eye? Something in you that makes you look at that. What is that? it's a sign. It's the universe sending you a sign. And if you look up whatever it is you're noticing, you will find that everything has a symbolic meaning. So if you're seeing feathers, or if you're seeing birds, or if you're seeing butterflies, or if you're seeing whatever, if you searched it up after you see, when you notice it consciously. So you go, oh, I've noticed that. Why have I noticed that? What is that? I want to know what the meaning of that is. And then you search it. It has a symbolic meaning, and that is the universe trying to communicate with you, through you, to you personally, to guide you on your way. And and that's just one thing. It could be through music or through TV. When you're listening to the radio, you get in the car, switch on the radio, switch the channel maybe, and whatever the song is that comes on when you switch that channel, that is meant for you. What is it? What are the words? How does it relate to you? And you'll find that it will relate to you in whatever you're going. It'll be like a warm blanket of knowing that the universe, the creator, the source, the God, whatever you want to call it, whatever resonates with you, is there and has always been there. But we're so distracted and so busy in this rat race, and carrying this like constant white noise of nonsense, essentially. Worrying about what other people think, constantly trying to please other people, not ourselves. Just focusing on all of the wrong things all of the time. And it's only when you get really quiet and you take all of that away, you just notice all of these things, and you realise that it's just been there the whole time. And that feeling you have when and you know what I'm talking about. Anyone that's done anything, you know what I'm talking about when I say this, which is you know you're doing the wrong thing, don't you? But you do it anyway. Because something in you is like, you're going to regret this. You're going to regret it. But you drown them out. All of these things drown them out. Alcohol drowns it out. All of our addictions drown it out because it's a short-term high. And that's what your inner demon, or your inner imposter, or your inner mind chimp, or whatever you want to call that as well. That thing there is just chasing that dopamine high. And it's not thinking about you. It's not thinking about what's best for you. And it's trying to drown out that inner voice that is actually the connection to all that is. The divine nature, our true nature. That's the thing. If everyone truly realized, and this is the thing, if everyone, forget anyone else, forget your family, forget people that say that they're your friends, like literally just forget them all, and just hone in on that. If you realize that the universe, source, God, creator, all that is in constant communication with you, but you're just choosing to ignore it, whether because you're high or you're drunk, or you know what I mean. But that sixth sense, that intuition, that gut instinct is telling you every second of every day where's the right way to go. It's telling you. And not only that, when you start realizing it, when in the minute that you feel good, In the minute that you start putting that feeling first, in the minute that you start acknowledging that you are connected to the universe, in the minute that you start caring about how you feel in every given moment and realize that it is within your control. Yeah, because when you're in depression, it feels all out of control. It feels like no, there's no way out of this. The depression has control over me, and this is it. That's what it feels like. It feels like this is it. There's no way out. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to stay here for the rest of my life. That's what it feels like when you're in it really bad. It's not true. That is just your inner demon trying to keep you there. And the reality is, when you just let yourself hear, take away all the distractions, take away all of the noise, take away everything, go back, right back, so you've got nothing. When you strip yourself of everything that was and just allow yourself to really listen to anyone that has only the best interests. So search the people that are the inspirational ones. Search the people that have done it. Search the people that are successful. Search the people that are inspirational. Search the people that have done everything that you have been, that have got through everything that you've been through and are on the other side. Like when you speak, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, the way that they describe it is this, and it is so true, right? So there's like this trough of hell, right? There's this like little cavern, right? And over here is all it is the people that are going into that depression, into that whatever it is, the negative, right? And then there's all the people like Tony Robbins, millions, not just them. There's so many. I can't even list, because there's not only current ones that are alive, there's all the ones that are from before, our ancestors, that I have searched and listened to. And listening is the key here, because they know, because they've done it. It's just about listening. So they're on this side, they're on the other side. They're like, yeah, I've done it. I can show you the way. I have the shortcut. Listen to me. I can literally, I'm throwing you a rope. I'm handing you a hand. Come, take it. And that's all you have to do. You have to just be ready to listen, ready to learn, ready to do what needs to be done. And not only that, but when you truly understand and see that in every given moment, it's a choice, and it's a choice that you have control over. Nothing has control over you. And when you're feeling good, you're on the right way. When you're feeling bad, you're on the wrong way. And as soon as you recognize that, in the second that you feel it and you take yourself back here, you're always going to succeed. And not only that, when you're in a positive place, when you're thinking, when you realize it and you understand that it's a constant flow from the universe to you, every idea that you have is being sent to you from there. Yeah, your brain is a receiver. So think about that. You are always loved. You are always being guided. It's just you, whether or not you're listening or not. And that's the best thing. It's like, no matter where you are, no matter what is happening to you, you can know without a shadow of a doubt that you are loved. Because when you truly understand that, and you truly see it, and you truly acknowledge it, and you can feel it, and you can see it, and you're seeing the signs, and your people will be put in your path. Opportunities will be put on your path, whether or not you see them, whether or not if you're truly listening, you will see it and take it the time it's taken, because it's being put there by the universe at the right time for you to take. So always say yes. Always say yes. You know, every person is meant to come on your path to teach you something, to give you something, or, you know, vice versa. It's a journey. It's a perfect symphony or harmony and cacophony of consciousness of people. And it's how it is supposed to be. And they are sent to you at the right time, perfect time, for whatever it is that you're supposed to share in that moment. And so when and the more that you realize it and appreciate it and are grateful for it, when you understand that is in that moment, you're like, yes, the universe is sending me this right now. God, you know, the divine is sending me this right now. It's exactly what I need in this moment. And I'm recognizing it because I've noticed it, and I know why I'm noticing it, and I've looked up the meaning, and this is what it means to me personally. And that is what it's doing to everybody, everywhere, at every moment in time. Just think of the magnitude of that and the beauty of that and the feeling that gives. You know, that flow of, you know, how the artists paint a picture. They see something in their head, don't they? And they paint it. Where does that vision come from? What about rappers that freestyle or the MC? Just a constant flow. Like, that's where it comes from. That is their gift. That is what the universe, the divine, the source, the creator is giving them in that moment to share. Poetry, literature, art, design, you know, making stuff. People that have the ability to just create something from nowhere. Architecture, mega structures, just the list goes fucking on and on. When you truly understand that is a level of bliss and peace that nobody can take away from you. Nobody can take away from you, because the universe is within you. And you're part of the universe, and you are in a constant state of flow. And when you realize it, appreciate it, understand it, accept it as it's happening, it will come to you more and more and more. And that's how people invent things. That's how people answer questions that have never been answered before. That is their gift from the divine, the universe, in that moment to them. That is their superpower. And if you've got a talent, whatever it is, if it's sport, if it's cooking, that's the same thing right there. You know, how people create recipes from nothing, and it's amazing. How people create dance moves. If you think about choreography, yeah, how do people suddenly create a new dance move? Well, it's suddenly come to them, hasn't it? Well, where's that come from? Right? And even me now talking to you, where this is coming from, just my knowledge, or the ever expanding knowledge that I'm having. This is my opinion today. It may well expand even further, because every day I'm learning more. But the time that I've spent every single day for the last 16 months learning constantly, trying to strive for the best, like learning from the people that know, learning from the people that are successful in all of these things, from all areas, whether it is military, politicians, journalists, rabbis, sheikhs, because everyone has a story to tell that means something. Everyone has a purpose here. Everyone has a unique gift. Everyone has experienced something that can help someone else somewhere else. So no matter where anyone is right now, no matter what it is they are going through, no matter how bad it is, and there are places where it is 100 times worse than the West. And look at how the West are going on about COVID. But listen, shut your face. You ain't starving. You got water, you've got sanitation, you've got all of these things. Shush your mouth, like calm yourself. You ain't in a war zone. You haven't been in a war zone for 10 years straight. Oh, hold on a sec. Who's responsible for the Syrian war? The West. Listen, right? Listen. We are being spoken to 24 hours a fucking day. Excuse my language. Love you. Listen, 24/7. If only we would see it. If only we would listen. And all of these distractions, all of these addictions, whether it is alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, sugar, porn, sex, gaming, social media, using your phone, TV, shit TV, like the list goes on. All of them are addictions. All of them give you that dopamine hit. But this is the thing. All of those things give you a dopamine hit, which is really what keeps you addicted, as well as whatever additional high the individual thing might give you. But the addiction is an illness, and everyone is addicted, and addicted to a lie even. And all of those things are a distraction. And they're a distraction from keeping you from listening to this, to your emotions, to listening to the guidance, to knowing where it's taking you. Because that thing there is going to take you exactly where you need to go, exactly at the right time. It will put you in front of the right people and the right opportunity just for you. And you need to, and everyone needs to know how that love from understanding that flow, understanding that connection. And that's on an individual basis, just understanding that when you truly feel it and you know it, when you start seeing the signs, when you start acknowledging the signs, when you start realizing in every moment that you're always in control, always. No one else has control over you. Nothing else has control over you. You have complete control over you. And when you feel that, and you feel the love from the universe guiding you in every single moment of every day, individually and collectively, you feel love, unconditional love, because you're always being pointed in the right direction. Whether or not you're here listening, you are. So I hope that you feel that. I want, if everyone felt that, it'd be a different place. Everyone truly felt that. And this is knowledge that has always been here. But we've been too busy to ask, too busy to find out. And obviously, traditionally, only the rich were educated, and they would know. And they've exploited it to the detriment of everyone else. And they're like, we know this information, because they're using the constant flow of the universe to guide them for the benefit of them and them only. But now we all have access to this information. And it's not just having the access to information, and knowledge is power, it's the feeling. It's the feeling of knowing that no matter where you are, no matter what circumstances you're in, no matter what shitty fucking family you might be from, and no matter all these horrible things that happen, that you are loved always, eternally, infinitely, in every second of every day, if only you would listen. So that's me. I love you.